And we're going to start sharing the screen. Okay, hello everyone. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center and the Earn While You Learn Freight Broker Consulting and Training. Today is Saturday, so that means operational training. Today we are not at the broadcast studio because they are doing some renovations. They're going to be renovating the studio area for about 4 to 5 weeks. But when it's done, I think everyone is going to be really, really pleased with it. From looking at the format of the new design and the new things that they're putting in there, it is going to be absolutely great. We should have an area where we can actually put stuff up on the big screen and cast it. So when we cast stuff, we'll be showing you all stuff on the big screen, load boards and things like that. So that's going to work out just great. But in the meantime, we're going to be shooting from different locations right now. Welcome to my little lovely abode. And that's where we're shooting from this morning. We have a lot to go over. A lot to go over. There's been a lot of things that's been going on behind the scenes that we've been working on and working with our corporate partners and things. And we're about to get ready to launch the auto hauling. We finally got the legality straightened out on how we need to operate that. And we're going to be going over some stuff on the auto hauling today. Just a little bit of an introductory. If you all have looked at the back office site, we have additional load boards that we've added in. Compliments of Mr. Michael Worley. We got about 8 or 9 more load boards that we're going to be adding in this weekend. So get ready for that. We have a lot more load boards in the back office area, which gives you all more tools and resources. We are going to talk about some procedures, things that I've noticed on the chat group this week. I wasn't able to actually chime in on a lot of the stuff. I did get a chance to call some people who had some problems on some things, but with all the stuff that we've had going on, trying to get everything up and going with the central dispatch and the auto hauling and some other stuff that we've been doing, we've just been swamped, but we'll make some moves behind the scenes. Also, Mr. Charles Mundy has advanced, and he has started his own platform. He is going to be coming out with an ebook. Okay, it is going to be an ebook for beginning dispatchers, and it's a very nice looking ebook. I've actually taken a look at it. I actually glanced at it last night. I had a chance to go through it a little bit, but I'm going to be giving you all a preview of that today, if that's okay with Mr. Mundy. So these are some of the things that we are going to be discussing today.
Yeah, that's okay.
So without further ado, let's get started. All right, let's get started. Let's get back into our back office area. As you all know, when you log in, you all know how to log in by now. So you go to RBBStransport.com. Okay, that's where you're going to go. Matter of fact, let me put it up in here for you all. You're going to go to RBBStransport.com. Transport.com. Did that pop up? All right, here we go. Let me try this again. There we go. RBBS Transport.com. There we go. All right, that's where you're going to go. You're going to go to RBBStransport.com. So make sure you all copy and paste that into your browser area if you don't know how to get to our back office site. And then, of course, if you have access, you can go ahead and get access to it. If you don't, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, let me get rid of this here. This is the back office site. All right. Everybody give me some feedback. Let me know you all can still hear me. Either type in yes, we hear you fine, or no, we're having problems hearing you, or something. I've got a couple of people that looks like they're having some problems. I want to make sure everyone can hear me.
I can hear you fine.
All right, great. Till Doom says yes, you can hear me. All right, good. All right, this is your back office area. Now, if you all notice, now we're gonna skip by all this contract stuff because you all should know this by now. If you don't know it, you should go in and just look at your service agreements. Everybody should have a clear understanding of what the carrier dispatch agreement is and what the one for brokers are. Now, I did have a question from somebody earlier this week about if you're a broker and you have a bond already, all right, how can you dispatch and not involve your bond? Simple. Don't use your bond. Don't when set up a different company, okay? Get a different EIN number. Okay, so when you are operating on load boards, don't use your MC number, don't use your DOT number. Operate strictly as a dispatcher. I don't care how tempted you are to put in your MC number or your DOT number, just don't use it. Okay, because if you're going to be operating separately as a dispatch firm, don't use your bond at all or anything associated with your bond. Okay, only operate as a dispatcher if that's what you're going to do. If you want to do that to learn everything we need to show you, or you want to operate, freely without having the restrictions that brokers have by only being able to dispatch, only being able to book loads that they have in a contract with shippers. But if you want to free yourself of that, just don't use your bond. Just don't use your broker authority. Only, set up a separate company, separate EIN number, and operate separately. And that's how you handle that problem. And then when you're ready to start by using your bond, you go back to using your bond when you decide you want to, start by using your bond as a full broker. So, but that's on you. All right. Georgette says she can't wait to purchase the ebook. You're doing a great job, Mr. Charles Mundy. Yes, you are. All right. Speaking of the ebook, I didn't put it in the back office yet because, as you all know, this is Mr. Charles Mundy's livelihood. I don't know what he's going to be charging for the ebook. We have discussed making it very affordable, but when he decides to put it out there, he will let you all know. In the meantime, here's what I am going to do. Let me give you all a quick little preview of it. Let's do Charles Mundy here. Where's Charles? Mr. Monday.
I'm here.
Okay. All right. Hey, Charles, how you doing? All right. This is Mr. Mundy's ebook. I'm giving y'all a quick little preview of it.
Someone just asked what's an ebook.
And say what, Charles?
Somebody just asked what's an ebook. Jarvis King just asked what's an ebook.
Yeah, I was wondering, what is the ebook? What is that?
Oh, what is an ebook? Hold on. Let me put my headset on because I can barely hear you all. I can barely hear you. Hold on a second. All right. Jarvis, you want... All right. And can everyone still hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. Jarvis wants to know what is an ebook. Jarvis.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay. An ebook is just what it is. It's a book that you can go and download and read online. There are publishers. Just about every book now can be published or can be purchased through an ebook format. And an ebook is just like any other book. Or it could be a PDF, it could be, a Word file, a PDF, but it's put together in just like a book is. Okay, it gives you information, it gives you instructions. It can be a novel, it can be a love story, it can be whatever. It can be just like a regular book. All the difference is you're ordering it online and you're going to access it online. It's not a book you can actually have in your house that you order and you turn the pages, but you pull it up on your computer and you read the book on your computer.
Oh, okay, I got it.
All right. Now let's open up this Charles. And now, mind you all, this is his preliminary. Now, this is not the finished product. Okay, this is just a sneak peek at what he has, and I'm pretty sure he's probably going to put it in a PDF form, and he's going to transfer it to a PDF form. Okay, but this is basically what you have here. is this is his ebook, and if you notice here, Exodus Logistics, which is Charles's his company's name, and Charles has done exceptional work as far as advancing and grasping the concept of being a logistics entrepreneur. He moved very, very rapidly. Like I said, he started all this about what 75 days ago, Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it hasn't been that long. I mean, you know, he gave himself 90 days, and I think he's done pretty well at meeting his time crunch. Okay, but this is his ebook. You notice it says here in association with the National Dispatchers Network. He's got his introductory to dispatching. What is dispatching? Basic terms and definitions for beginning dispatchers. By the way, this is for all of you all who are new to this and you want to know what the terms are, what all the different type of trailers are. What are some of the basic procedures of workflow of getting loads from start to finish. All that type of stuff is in this book. It's in this ebook. It's a nice instructional ebook to go along with whatever training you are taking, whether it's our training or whether you're doing someone else's training. For those of you who are out there in the internet world who are not part of our platform, this is a great book. This is a great resource study guide or book that you can get to bring you up to speed on terms, resources, things that you're going to have to know as far as what things mean when you hear people talking about stuff like BOLs and all that type of stuff and NOIs and all that type of stuff. If you don't know what it means, you're going to look pretty dumb. I'm just saying it like it is. I'm not trying to call anybody dumb, but that's how you're going to look because you don't know, because you're new to the industry. This ebook will solve that problem for you. Okay? Once you get this and you go through this, you'll begin to see how you'll sound more knowledgeable, you'll be more knowledgeable, and you'll be up to speed on what other people are saying and presenting out there. Okay? But these are the things that you have here. You have load board rates and lanes. It talks about that. Role of carriers, dispatchers, brokers, and shippers. Workflow of dispatching. Common forms needed to book a load from workflow of dispatching. Load tracking. Freight through apps or carriers' phones. What is factoring? What is an NOA and a BOL? Common equipment needed to set up your home office. And TMS, which is your tracking system, is your management system, and accounting procedures. And then he goes through, and he's got some nice little comical stuff in here where he talks about welcome to the transportation industry. Sit back, relax, and prepare to pull your hair out. Okay? And a lot of y'all will agree that when you first come in, it's one of those experiences where you like, I didn't know all this was going on. A lot of y'all get into this and you look like, oh, this looks easy. It looks simple. I can jump in and a couple of days while we make some serious money. This is not as simple as it looks. This is why you can't learn it from a book. No offense, Charles, but this is a great tool that you can use in conjunction with hands-on training. Okay? And this will help you all to acclimate a lot quicker to whatever type of hands-on training you have. Whether you're taking our training platform or you're taking someone else's training platform, this ebook will assist you in getting up to speed and getting ahead of the curve. And that's what you need. Okay? Because a lot of times you get in training and a lot of you are asking a lot of common questions, and we realize that 90% of you are new to this industry. You're completely new to it. Now, some of you all come in, you're ex-truck drivers and things like that, so you have some knowledge of what the terms are and how things work. But the majority of you all are basically new to this industry. I mean, you didn't even know anything about the trucking industry or logistics industry at all before you were introduced to it by searching on YouTube and finding something. All you all know is you wanted something that was going to help you to earn more money, that was going to make you independent and break you off from, you have to go to a job every day. And you came across the logistics, booking freight, and lo and behold, you say, wow, people are making serious money at this. So you decided to jump right in. Well, the problem is when you jump right in, you didn't know a lot of the basic, terms, terminology, things you need and things like that. And that's what this ebook does. It fills in that gap. Now, I've done enough talking about Charles' ebook. Charles, I'm going to let you talk about it a little bit. Your own words. You know more about your ebook than I do, but I have gone through it. And Charles, I got to tell you, I am really, really, really impressed. I can't wait to see the finished product. But I'm going to let you talk about your book here a little bit. As you're going to see, it's got great graphics. Everything is spelled out for you, easy to follow. For me, I think it's worth. I'm not going to tell you what I think it's worth because I'm going to let Charles do that for you. And let him fill y'all in on it.
Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
I based off of the different conversations in the RBBS chat group, the types of questions that were being asked, I just decided, maybe I need to make something that's a little bit more like on a beginner level for dispatchers just coming in and becoming overwhelmed with all these terms and things they need to know, so it wouldn't look, like they didn't know what they were doing. And Calvin teaches more on a high level, and he expects us as independent owners to, know certain things. But as a beginner, you don't just come in knowing a lot of stuff. You still got to crawl before you walk. So I decided to, formulate this ebook. I'm still in the beginning stages. I haven't published it yet. I'm adding a call script to it as we speak. But it basically goes over, some of the basic terms that you hear. I actually show you copies of some of the things you're going to need when you book a load, like when you go through the workflow of dispatching. Some of the common things you're going to need to book a load, and you're going to see it all the time, like what Calvin is showing now, the carrier profile. You're going to need a carrier packet from the broker, particularly if you're a carrier that you signed on with an agreement with. If he's not signed on with that particular brokerage, they always ask for an MC number so they can run that carrier's information to make sure that they are that their scores are up to date and things like that, and they won't be a bad carrier. So once you get past that point, the broker's going to send the packet to you or your carrier, hopefully you, so you can stay in between your carrier and the brokerage as an independent dispatcher. So anyway, once they fill that out, they're going to send it back, and then the next thing is going to be what's called a rate con, which is what Calvin's showing now. That's a sample rate con that I got. That's actually one I did yesterday with a carrier that I was dealing with. And that just shows the rate con. You want to make sure that the information in the rate con, which is a rate con, is a rate confirmation sheet. You're confirming what was posted, what the broker posted the load for. You're confirming that rate and all the special instructions in the rate con before your carrier signs it and sends it back. If there's any discrepancies or things that are not lined up with what was posted, then you and your carrier, of course, you guys discuss that, and then you go back to the broker and solve that problem. Also, some common things in addition to that you're going to need to book a load. You want to make sure that eventually you get from your carrier his W-9, his certificate of insurance, his motor carrier or his MC certification, a letter or MC cert. And also, if your carrier for some reason has factoring, then your carrier needs to, give you a copy of his NOA, which is a notice of assignment. The purpose of a notice of assignment is your carrier is sending that over to the broker, so the broker can fill it out and return it to the carrier, so the carrier factoring company to run the credit of the broker to make sure the broker is going to pay. So it's a kind of a check and balance for the broker side, so your carrier makes sure they get their money. I also put the 3 most common equipment types in visual form, pictures and stuff like that, and definitions. The 3 most common are 48-foot or 53-foot flatbeds, step decks and regular flatbeds. 53-foot, sometimes 48-foot also. 53-foot dry vans, their dimensions and things like that, and also 53-foot or sometimes 48-foot reefers. A reefer is a refrigerated van. We call them reefers. So these are some of the common terms that you're going to try to get used to hearing as you progress in your dispatching role as an independent dispatcher. You're going to understand that. I also saw on the RBBS chat group a lot of people asking about like hot shots and straight truck loads for me to find. I mean, I can find them, but I try to get dispatchers to focus on the equipment types that move the most and make the most money, which are the vans, reefers, and flatbeds. So, in addition to that, I explain roles of carriers, dispatchers, brokers, and shippers. I give visual aids about load boards, load rates, and lanes. I actually show you what it's about. Right now, I'm in the process of considering an affordable price point for the beginning dispatchers to get this ebook, because I'm not trying to break the bank. I'm trying to go with the Calvin philosophy of giving it away, but at the same time, I do have a wife, so there has to be a medium, Yeah. So for my time and energy, but I still want to make it affordable. So that's where I'm at right now, Calvin. So you can take it from there.
All right. Do you, now remember this is broadcast to the world, so on YouTube. Do you have any indication of where people will be able to go and find your ebook? Do you have a web page that you're going to be putting it out on?
You're echoing.
I was thinking of going through Amazon at this point, or I'm actually still researching that. I might put like some kind of link. I haven't gotten my own web page yet. I may reach out to you, maybe try to put it like a link in the back office, possibly. I know I'm outside of the network, but I'm still, I guess, affiliated with the network.
Yes.
So I'll probably table that with you later on, so we can discuss that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure everybody agrees that this is a very useful, very well put together. It's something that I think that the industry needs. I see a lot of stuff out there, and half the stuff I see out there doesn't have as much use as what we're looking at right now. And that's what we're all about. Trying to promote things and put things out that are going to help, people to earn more money, help people to navigate the process and the industry a lot smoother. Okay, but I'm pretty sure everyone agrees with me in saying that this is a pretty good venture that Charles has put together. The ebook is a great idea. It's like I told Charles when we were discussing this was a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
We were discussing this, and we were coming up with some ideas of what he could venture into, and when we suggested, well, you might want to think about doing an ebook, and he just took it and ran from there. And so, we would actually do it, but we just don't have the time. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have the time to put something like this out. I don't have the time to actually, put it together and put it out, and that's why we reached out to Charles and said, look, you seem to have a good aptitude for putting this type of stuff together. Why don't you capitalize on that and create a business from it? And this is just one aspect of what Charles's Exodus Logistics does. He also, as he alluded to briefly, he's able to find you loads. If you are a dispatcher or carrier, broker, just whatever, if you're a dispatcher, you can contact Charles and let him find your load. If you have trucks in certain areas, you exhausted your resources and you can't seem to find a load, or you just may not have the time, you may be working a second job and you got into this, but you don't have the time to do it all yourself, guess what? You can reach out to him, tell him what you're looking for, he'll find it, okay, and he'll give you that load. Now, if you're in our network, that is basically a free service to you, because he is not charging you anything. You're still going to get your same 5% of the load fee. Now, that's great. That's great if you're part of our network. If you're part of our platform, if you are a student within our platform, and you reach out to Charles and you say, hey, I need a load for a truck I have, a reefer in Mobile, Alabama, and he wants to leave out tomorrow. Guess what? Charles will go to work and he will find you loads. And he will present to you a number of loads that he was able to get a hold of and find for you so that you can dispatch that to your truck. And you won't lose anything. You will still get your same 5% as long as you're within our network. Charles is being paid by myself. Okay, I take care of his pay on that because I want you all to still be able to operate and make your same 5%. Okay, and that's what we mean by a lot of y'all hear us talk about practicing the giveaway, and that's part of that giveaway system. We always practice stuff that's going to give you all stuff so that you all can make money. And of course, when you all make money, we all make money. But that's how the giveaway works. The giveaway works is you put something together, you give it away, and then when someone makes money on it, they come back and drop you off a portion of it. That's how the giveaway works. So that's why when we say that if you're part of the network, if you're part of our platform, for those of you out there in the real world who have not become a part of our platform yet, these are some of the advantages and some of the resources and tools and networking power of our platform. Okay, so and this is for everybody who is a student. Look at what Charles and other people are doing. They're creating opportunities. They recognize opportunities that have come before them as a result of them being in this platform, because it's opened their eyes to being able to look and see things as an entrepreneur. And that's what this whole platform is about. I don't want you all to just come in here and say, okay, well, I just want to learn how to book freight. That's fine if that's all you want to do. Okay, that's fine. But also look at how we conduct business. Look at behind the scenes, the things that's going on. Start to develop in your mind things that you can do to start your own platform. And when you get that direction and when you start thinking about stuff like that, reach out to us and we will help you develop that. Okay? We'll sit down, we'll have a discussion with you. We'll try to encourage you towards your strength as we see it. We have you look at different things, just like Charles did. We looked at quite a few things. I mean, we probably looked at about, 5 or 6 different ways you could have went with different things.
Yeah.
But we eventually decided that what was going to work for him and his family and time that he has, and what was going to work for the industry as far as being very useful. And these are the things that we came up with. And like I say, and Charles has done very well at learning how and recognizing opportunities and learning how to capitalize on those opportunities that come before him as a logistics entrepreneur. And that's why we like to use that term, because that's what you all are. You're logistics entrepreneurs. And we want you to start thinking more like that. That's why I always tell you all from the get out, I need you all to start thinking like business owners. And because that's what you are. You're all business owners. Okay, Tina says, well, I'm an income tax preparer, and I normally prepare small business returns and would like to work with truckers to let them know about the special write-off. That's something that you can develop. Give me a call sometime later on this week, Monday through Fridays, Tina, and we'll discuss that. If that's something that you have, we'll take a look at what you have, and we'll see if we can help you develop that and put it in a manner to where you can present it to that's going to be presentable, and that's going to be helpful to the trucking and logistics industry. All right. Moving on. All right. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you so much. I think you're going to do great with this. This looks great. I can't, like I said, again, I can't wait to see the finished product, as everybody can't wait to see the finished product, and I know it's going to be a real big, huge success for you. All right.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on and close this out. All right. All right. Where were we at here? Let me get rid of this. Okay. On Facebook. All right. Let me get rid of some of this stuff here real quick. Okay. All right. Now, if y'all hadn't noticed, in the back office area, where it says load board, we've added quite a few stuff. We've added some more load board. We got another whole section over here, so we start on row 2 of load board. We're going to be adding about 8 more this weekend. Okay, so I'm going to be pretty busy this weekend in adding new load boards and getting things ready for centraldispatch.com. So guess what? We're about ready to get started on this auto hauler. Now, this has been a long time coming. We've had to work out some legalities on how we were going to do this. This one right here is provided to us by one of our this access right here is provided to us by one of our students. I'm not gonna call her name, but I think it's Brook Transportation. But anyway, one of our students, and we're going to be getting our own personal login to Central Dispatch probably this week, because we finally got everything situated with the carrier, with our carrier authority, and we're moving forward with that. So we will be coming up here definitely before this new month comes up. We are going to be a full-fledged carrier group, which means we will be able to lease on trucks and owner-operators to run underneath our authority, which means we have our own fleet. We'll start developing and building our own fleet, just like not saying that we're going to be as big as these companies, but that's how these companies start, like a Swift or a Warner or something like that, where we'll have our, more like a Landstar, like a very smaller version of a Landstar, where you have a fleet of owner-operators that have leased on to your authority. And then eventually we'll start buying our own trucks and having company drivers. So, our investors, that's the area that we discussed. That's the area that they want to start moving towards, because, like I said, they did put up a lot of money for us to start all this, and this has always been part of the ultimate plan. So we're starting to get into the implementation of what our original goals were when we started all this, and you all are playing a big part in that. A big role in that is our student base. And from that, you all are going to benefit a hell of a whole lot from it once we get all this incorporated and we start moving forward with a lot of this stuff. Because when you think about it, you all as independent dispatchers and you're coming on as students, when we get to the point to where we have company drivers, now this is probably a year down the road, maybe even 2 years down the road, because this stuff doesn't happen overnight. But when we get to the point to where we actually have company drivers, it's no longer a matter of you all having to find trucks to run loads. It's just a matter of you all finding loads and then just dispatching those trucks to where you want those loads, to where you want those trucks to go. Because company drivers are a totally different thing. Because we will actually own the trucks and we'll be paying the driver something like 50 cents per mile, which is a great rate, by the way. 50 cents per mile. But it's a hell of a whole lot less than what? $2 a mile, $3 a mile, things like that. So if you're finding freight now, that means that you all will be in a position to where if you find what you all consider cheap freight right now, because you have to deal with owner operators, and they require a lot more money to move these freight than a company driver does, because a company driver does not have to worry about expenses, not have to worry about fuel, not have to worry about insurance, not have to worry about any of that. Company driver just gets his 50 cents per mile. We tell him where to go pick the load up at. He doesn't have a say so in it. He go grabs it and he go runs it. So therefore, if you got a load that's paying $1.50, right? $1.50 load, which everybody agrees is cheap freight. None of you all would probably run that load right now. None of you all could probably find a carrier that would run a load for $1.50 per mile. But if you got a load that's paying even $1 per mile, if you got a load that's paying $1 per mile, okay, and we could actually dispatch that to one of our quote unquote company drivers, paying them anywhere from 45 cents to 50 cents per mile, and still have another 50 cents per mile that we can make. Now, if you got 3 cents per mile on your fuel surcharge, that cuts that down to 47 cents. If you got another on your insurance cost, whatever, let's say they're taking up another 5%, 5 cents, they're cutting it down to, about 40 cents. But at the end of the day, if you got enough company trucks, all you need to profit on each company truck at the end of the day is what? At the end of the week. If each company truck brings you $200, let's say if you get to the point to where, and a lot of y'all think these big companies like Swift and all these companies that's got these, a couple of thousand trucks, y'all think they're making $1,000 a week each on these trucks? No, they're probably making about $100, anywhere from $50 to $100 per week per truck is what they profit, and that's all they need. Because if you take a fleet of 2,000, 2,500 company trucks, and they're only making what? A couple $100 per week. Do the math on that, man. That's over $2 million a month. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't need to make a huge profit margin to make a lot of money in this industry if you set it up right. And by doing it that way, we can make a huge profit margin at the same time, allow you all the opportunity to be able to come in and book freight at $1.50, $1.25, $1.75 per mile, and still make good money on your end. Okay, so that's where we're headed with all of this. In case you all were wondering, okay, where's all this going? And I'm just giving y'all a little bit of insight into the thinking and the direction that the investors, I, and the people who own this company, as we're moving forward. I'm giving y'all some background as to what we're looking at and to where we're headed. And like I said, this past week or so, I've been out dealing with the other investors and going over the direction of the company and the implementation of things that we need to do to get that started. And a lot of that is going to hinge on the central dispatch. A lot of that is going to hinge on our authority and things like that, which is what we're about to get into. All right. With central dispatch. All right. With central dispatch. This is, central dispatch is not as straightforward and as simple as most of y'all might think. All right. First of all, we had to work out the legalities. First of all, what we're going to be dealing with central dispatch and other things, we are going to be dealing with this. This is what we're going to be dealing with: used car dealers. Used car dealers. Let's just say, who wants me to look up a used car dealer in? Somebody give me a city and state. Somebody tell me. Somebody talk to me. Anybody. I don't like to just put stuff out there that I want to do.
Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah?
Sylvester, Georgia.
Savannah, Georgia.
Sylvester, Georgia?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas? That's in Las Vegas. Let's try Sylvester, Georgia. That's S-Y. What's Sylvester? It's S-Y-L-V-E-S-T-R.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try Sylvester. Somebody said Vegas. Well, I think somebody want to go gambling. They don't want to look at no used cars. Somebody thinking about gambling, thinking about that Vegas life. All right, all right. Now, I'm gonna show y'all how to find the car dealership first of all, because this is how this has got to work. Okay, because 99% of you all, you're not brokers. Okay, our platform is not basically for brokers. We are not brokers, so therefore we cannot act on central dispatch the way everyone else does. We can't operate the way everyone else does, because legally the only way that we can operate on central dispatch is we have to separate ourselves from the actual process, which means we have to put ourselves in a situation where we are not controlling money. We do not manipulate the money, because that's what all the brokers do on central dispatch. That's what everyone else does on central dispatch. They go to central dispatch as brokers. They find, they list their cars that they've gotten from the shippers, which is the car dealership. They put their cars on there, and they put on there where they're picking up. The first thing you got to do is you got to post a vehicle. You can't do anything until you post a vehicle or a number of vehicles on central dispatch. Okay, you can't search for trucks. You can't do anything on central dispatch until you post vehicles, which means you got to have a contract to pick up vehicles, right, for a car dealership. So the first thing you got to do is what? Contact car dealerships so you can do what? Get vehicles under contract that you need to go retrieve. So I'm going to show you all how to find vehicles, how to find car dealerships anywhere in the United States. And there's a little site called Google. That's what we're going to be using. We're going to be using Google. You're going to go to Google. You're going to put in used car dealers, Sylvester, Georgia, or used car dealers, Mobile, Alabama, or used car dealers, Timbuktu, Texas. Wherever it is you want to find used car dealers at, you're going to put it in the Google search. You're going to put it in just like this. Used car dealers, Sylvester, Georgia, Tallahassee, Florida, Montgomery, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia, whatever. When you put it in, you're going to scroll down to this area down here where you see the little map and it has right here the car dealerships that's listed. And you're going to see where it says more places. You're going to click that more places button. When you click that more places button, look what happens. It pulls up the listing of every used car dealer where? In Sylvester, Georgia. Now, the person that suggested Sylvester, Georgia, are you from Sylvester, Georgia?
Yes.
Okay. You recognize any of these places?
Maybe like one or two of them. I know Sunbelt Ford and Langdale Chevy are new car dealerships.
Okay. But they sell used cars too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I guess.
All right. What you want to concentrate on is used cars. Now, apparently, Sylvester is not a very big place.
No.
Because it's only got one page. It's only got one page of used car dealers. But even okay, but even in a small town like Sylvester, even in a small town like Sylvester, you can call up some of these used car dealerships. You got Jordan Motor Company. Okay, you click on where it says Jordan Motor Company, and you got Rainy Used Cars, Albany. All right, so you can click up Rainy Used Cars, click on Rainy Used Cars, and look what happens. It pulls up over here to the side all the stuff you need to contact Rainy Used Cars. Now, Rainy Used Cars, Albany, got their address that's right there on Lido Road in Albany, Georgia. Got their phone number, good old 229 area code. It's got their, gives you a little radio, give you a picture of some of the cars they got and stuff like this and that. Now, all this is great, and it's got some stuff down there where people are talking good and talking bad about Rainy. Okay? So it's got all that stuff down there for you. So when you call up old Rainy, you call up Rainy and say, hey, Rainy, how you doing? Great. Let me ask you a question. How much money you moved your... No, I'm just playing with you. Everybody knows that's our script. But your script is going to change a little bit when you call up these used car dealers. Your objective when calling up used car dealers is you want to impress upon them the fact that you can get their cars moved. Because every car dealership needs cars moved. Okay? Every car dealership moves cars. They either buy cars at the auction. I don't care how big or how small they are. Every car dealership needs cars to come in to do what? Because they have to sell cars. And this is what they do. They can't make any money without the cars. And the only way they get the cars is they have them brought in from somewhere. They don't go out back to the car chicken shack and have the hen just lay car eggs. You know, they gotta go to an auction. They gotta go buy these cars. And when they go buy cars, they don't usually just go buy one car. They usually go buy 10, 12, 15, 20, 30, 40 cars at a time. Now, in doing that, they got to get those cars from the auction to their dealership. And they need them there in a timely fashion. This is where you all are going to come in. Okay? You're going to be contacting these used car dealerships, and you're going to be letting them know that you can facilitate the movement of cars for them, get them transported quickly, faster, which means they can have more time to prep their cars, get them out on the car lot so they can get them sold. Okay? And this is what you're going to do. Now, why would that car dealership use you and not his normal means of whoever you get to transport his cars? Well, I don't know why. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why he would use you. There's a million different reasons why he might want to use you. He might be dissatisfied with the carrier who is running cars for him right now. They may have had a falling out. I mean, the man may have tried to talk to his sister or something. I don't know. Whatever the case is, there's a million one reasons why a company would consider using someone else other than what they're already using. Now, one thing I do know, we're not going to be trying to contact new car dealerships because that's just too big of a hassle. Because that's got to go through corporate and all that type of stuff. And if you're not a big name, they're not going to use you. So forget new car dealerships. Okay? We're going to concentrate on used car dealerships. When you call these used car dealerships, what you're going to do is you're going to go down the list. And you pull up whether it's, Sylvester, Georgia, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to put in an area that's got a little bit more cars in it. Not trying to bump Sylvester, but, we'll put in an area that's got a little bit more cars in it.
Is it acceptable to walk up to the business and ask
yes,
them,
it is.
or is it better to call them?
Yes, it is. It is actually preferable that you walk up to the business, and I'm gonna show you all how to do it locally in your area. But the great thing about being online, you can contact dealers anywhere in the United States and still make this happen. Okay. That's the great thing about it. So you could be in Sylvester, Georgia, and you can look up cars in Las Vegas. I'm going to say Las Vegas. And that the old, didn't somebody do what's his name? Elvis Presley do a movie called Vegas? Anyway. But, you can be in Sylvester. You can look up dealerships in Las Vegas. Okay? Used car dealerships in Las Vegas. And you can call them up. Sunrise Auto Sales. You call up Sunrise Auto Sales and say, hey, Mr. Sunrise Auto Sales. My name is Tanisha. I'm with the National Dispatchers Network. And we're calling you because we want to help you to move your cars. We have access to a fleet of auto haulers all over the United States, and we specialize in moving cars fast and safe. What do you got that needs to be moved? Now, the way I do this, that's a more professional approach to it. As you all know, I'm not very professional. Okay, I like to keep things pretty real. That's just who I am. I found that being myself works best for me. I don't try to go in and be, Mr. Wall Street or whatever and that. I find that being myself works best for me, and I'm pretty sure you all will find that same thing because people recognize fakery when they see it. So when I call up these car dealerships, basically I call them up and I get on the phone with them and I say, hey, how you doing? This is Calvin. I'm with the National Dispatchers Network. I was just wondering if y'all had any cars y'all need moved this week. Now they're gonna probably say something like, well, you know, we're pretty much all booked up right now. You know, we got somebody that moves cars for us and this and that. But what we do is, if you just leave me your name and number, and we'll keep you in mind. Okay, no problem. What I'll do is, when I give y'all a call back sometime later on this week, and see if you have any thing you need to move or anything, or where I can fill in the space for you. Okay, yeah, that'll work. And hang up. Hang up. Get off the phone. And then you go to the next one. And you go right to the next one. And you keep going to the next one. And you do the same thing over and over again. Now, here's the thing.
Calvin.
Yes.
Is there a special department we would have to ask for?
No, just ask for somebody, just call them up and say, hey, because when you say, I'm calling to see if I can help y'all move your cars, guess what? They're going to direct you to whatever department you need to go to. Okay, because if you've ever been at a car dealership or if you've ever worked at a car dealership, when a call comes in and someone says, I want to talk to somebody about moving your cars. I'm calling to see if y'all have any cars that need to be moved that can help y'all with. The person on the phone is immediately going to say, oh, well, you need to speak to such and such. Oh, or, well, I'm the person you need to talk to. Oh, well, I need to transfer you over to such and such. So that's all you got to do. You don't have to actually know the department. Just call up the car dealership and say, hey, I work with auto haulers. That's their first clue as to what you are calling them about. I work with auto haulers, and I want to see if I can help y'all move some of your cars down from the auction. Or I'm calling to see if y'all have any cars that need to be transported from the auction. And see if I can help you with that. It's just that simple. And you're going to go from dealership to dealership. Okay? You're going to start at the top and you're going to work your way down. And you're going to call all these dealerships. And if they say, well, we're kind of booking, and I'm not going to lie to you, 90% of them are going to say, well, we're booked, we got a guy that does that, whatever. Now, you're going to run into something that's going to say, well, we got a guy that does it, but what's your rate? And when you hear that, you immediately know that they're not as satisfied with that guy as they're leading on to be. Because if they were, they would never ask you what's your rate, or what do you charge, or what can you move them for. You understand what I'm saying? Because obviously they've got some dissatisfaction with whoever they're working with. Okay? Now, here's the great part about it. When most brokers, because a lot of this is done, most of all of this is done by brokers. Brokers usually hit the car dealerships with about anywhere from $250 to $400 a car. Why? Because brokers have to make their margin. They have to make what's called a front end margin, and then they negotiate the back end margin. Okay? They contact the car dealership. They negotiate with the car dealership anywhere from $250, minimum $200 to $400 per car. All right. When they get that contract solidified with that car dealership, the car dealership says, well, I've got cars, and I got about 20, 30 cars I need to move down from the Mayhem auction in Fort Lauderdale. I need them here in Tallahassee by Monday. Well, the day's Saturday already. And you need them here by Monday? Okay, I can guarantee you. Now, this is what the broker would say, or this is what you would say in the situation. Well, I can guarantee you that I can get those cars to you by Monday at $400 a car. Now, he's going to say, oh, that's high. Yeah, but you get them here by Monday, and it's already Saturday. Matter of fact, half the morning is already gone. And I'm pretty sure they can't pick those cars up on Sunday. So they got to get down there right now, grab those cars, and get them en route to you to be here by Monday. Now, I can guarantee you that at $400 a car. Now, he's going to say, well, that's kind of expensive. I understand. But what were you thinking? Well, I was thinking more like, $200 a car. Well, at $200 a car, I can get them to you here by Wednesday. Is that going to work for you? Well, no, I need them by Monday. That's why I said $400 a car. And now you started to, this is what's called negotiation. And this is what I meant by a while back when I told you all that a lot of you all were not ready for this. But since we're moving forward to it, I need you all to understand that this is real negotiation. Okay, because These guys, they negotiate for a living. And you're going to be doing a lot. So if you're timid about talking money, or if you're scared to talk to someone about money, you may not want to get into or participate in the auto hauling part of it. So that's all you're going to be talking about on a daily basis, every single day. You're going to be talking to these car dealerships about money, about the price that you can negotiate to move those cars per car. And then you got to find a carrier that will move those cars for that price. Now, here's the great part about it. Because you all are not brokers, you won't be manipulating money. So whatever the price you get from the car dealer is the price you're going to offer to the transporter. Versus what a broker would normally do. What a broker normally does, he gets that car dealer to agree. Let's say in that scenario, the car dealer agrees to $350 per car. Okay, now the broker has to go out and find a carrier. He goes to Central Dispatch. He posts his car. He posts the car up there. You go in here. He posts. Let's say he posts Tallahassee. All right, he posts Tallahassee. That's the origin city. Well, not take that back. Let's say Fort Lauderdale. Let's see. Yeah. Let's say Fort Lauderdale or Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, let's try this again. Jacksonville. Put in Jacksonville, Florida. There we go. All right. Let's say Jacksonville, Florida. All right. Let's say he needs to move those down to Tallahassee. All right, so you got cars that come from Jacksonville down to Tallahassee. All right, you saw it, and you got to go in here once you now you've already got your contract worked out with your shipper, which is the car dealership. They're gonna pay what $350 a car. Okay, so they're paying $350 a car. So when you come in here, you post on your car. Let's say he's got 10 cars that need to be moved. All right, you're gonna put that in there. You're gonna put in the postal code. I don't even know what the postal code is for Jacksonville. Anybody know the postal code for Jacksonville? Let's see what we do without it. All right. Let's say that the type of trailers you need. Let's say he wants driveway or open trailers. He wants an open trailer. Okay. All right. Now you got to add the vehicles. You see what it says? Add vehicles. You got to add the vehicles. You got to put in the year, make, and model of each vehicle. Okay, now if you got 20 vehicles in there, guess what? You got to put in all 20 vehicles. If you got 15 vehicles, you got to put in all 15 vehicles. Not only that, you're going to have to put in the vehicle's color, right? The license plate number, if they have license plates on them, or the vehicle VIN numbers and stuff like that. You got to put all that stuff in there. All right? So that, or you got to put it all in there, but it's going to ask you for a lot of stuff. Okay, it's going to ask you for a lot of stuff. It's going to ask you for the vehicle type. If you're putting in cars, now the vehicle type is going to make a big difference too, because SUVs take up more space than cars. Trucks take up more space than cars. So when you're negotiating your prices and you're thinking about someone that's got an auto hauler, if they've got an 11-car auto hauler, if you've got a load of SUVs, 11 SUVs is not going to get onto that 11-car auto hauler. Only about 7 SUVs or 7 SUVs are going to get onto an 11-car auto hauler because they take up more space. You understand what I'm saying? Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
All right. So you have to keep in mind what you're transporting. Now, if it's just regular mid-size, these are things you're going to have to make sure that you ask that car dealer. What type of cars are they? Oh, they're all mid-sized cars. I need to know, are they all, give me a list of the cars you have. You're going to go down to that list and you're going to look at that list. Now, if he's got all SUVs, and you all have talked about cars at $300 a car, but now he's saying he got all this, whoa, you didn't tell me these were SUVs. Look, that's going to cost you more money, man, because it does. Okay? These are all factors you've got to be ready for when you get into auto hauling. And we're going to be going over this more and more and more. We're going to have a more extensive training on auto hauling coming up, because we're not going to actually start. We're not starting this week, by the way. We're going to be starting this probably within the next 4 to 5 weeks. So we're going to be having some extensive training on auto hauling. We're going to do an entire day on just auto hauling to bring y'all up to speed and get you all ready to start doing it. It's going to be really a all-out crash course on auto hauling, because you got to know negotiations. You got to know what type of cars you're dealing with. You got to know what size trailers you're dealing with. You know, all that type of stuff. Also, you got to know what the rates are for certain areas in moving cars. Because if you negotiate with this car dealership to move cars, let's say you get dumb in the head and you decide to say, well, I can move them cars for $175 a car. And then you go out and try to find you an auto hauler that's going to move those cars for that $175 a car. It's going to be kind of different. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be kind of different. But the advantage that you all have is this, or the advantage that we will have is this, because we are not brokers. What brokers normally do, they get that $350, then they go and post their cars, and then they look for a carrier, and when they post their cars, they got to post the amount of money that they're willing to pay to move those cars. There it is right down there, pricing and payment. You see that down there? So when they put in, they're getting the car for $350 per car. So obviously, because they're brokers, they can do what? They can manipulate money. That's what it means to be a broker. So they, in turn, can put the price on here at $150 a car, or $175 a car, or $185 a car, whatever they decide that they want to put on there. And that margin is their profit. That's why I said they do front-end margin and back-end margin. We can't do that, okay? We can't get one price from the dealer and then post a different price here. Here's what we're going to have to do. If we get $350 from the dealer, guess what? We have to post $350 right here. Now, what does that do? When everybody else is looking at stuff on there and brokers are putting $150, $175, $200 a car, and you all are posting $350 a car to $400 a car, you think that gives you a little bit of an advantage? Does anybody see the advantage here of operating the way that we are going to be operating?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is why the attorneys, we've spent so much time trying to come up with a way, with the loophole in the rule. And this is our loophole. Because we are not changing the money, guess what? We can now operate as true dispatchers. So when we negotiate with that car dealership, hey, I can get this for, I can get this car moved for you for $350 a car. That's the same $350 that the brokers are used to negotiating on him with, right? So it's no different. You may be able to cut it a little bit. Well, you got people that said they can do it for that. I can do it for $325. You see what I'm saying? No matter what, as long as you're over that average of $175 to $200 a car that the carriers are used to seeing, you're going to have a huge advantage. Well, because now you go to the carrier and say, hey, when the carriers see this, because when carriers look at this, because when you post your cars and where they're picking up from and where they're going to, you post this, all the carriers who are on Central Dispatch, they're going to go through and they're going to look, and they're looking for shipments. When they see all these other shipments over here, they're saying, you're saying fine shipments and fine cars and all that type of stuff. And remember, you can't look at any of this stuff until you add a truck. You got to add trucks, or either you got to add cars. You can't look at anything until you add stuff to this. Now, I can log out and just go back to it without being logged in. Let's see here. Let's try logging out and then going back in to Central Dispatch and log it in. Let's look at how it. Let's do what you call it. Let's do a real quick here. Dealers and shippers as a broker. Okay. See, here's the thing about Central Dispatch. It's not going to let you get it into their site without posting cars. So you got to have a contract with what you call it. You can't just come here and just kind of just browse stuff. So it is a very restricted platform, hugely restricted platform. Okay, it takes a lot just for you to get on with them, and once you do get on with them, they are highly regulated. So you have to be very careful in how you do business on Central Dispatch. That's why we had to get the lawyers involved to show us how we could do it without getting into trouble. But as you can see, let me go ahead and log back in here. But you can't get onto it without posting something, and you can't see anything without posting a vehicle. But once you do post a vehicle, now all those trucks that are on Central Dispatch, all those carriers that are on Central Dispatch, there's like a live stream of shipments that are being streamed live, and it's telling them, what this person is paying, what that person is paying. 11 cars picking up in Jacksonville going to Tallahassee, $350 a car. 12 cars picking up in Fort Lauderdale going to Albany, Georgia, $175 a car. And all that type of stuff. It's showing them this. Now, when these carriers are looking at this, what's the first ones they're gonna grab? The highest paying ones, right? Now, if everyone else over there is around $175 to $200 a car, because they're trying to make the margin, you're posting stuff that's $300 to $350 a car. Our stuff is going to get picked up like that. That's how we can guarantee that we can get stuff to the dealer on time quickly. Why? Because we're going to be offering a hell of a lot more money to these auto haulers than what they're normally used to seeing. Now, when that happens, our fee to the auto hauler is going to be 20%. I know we normally have a 10%, but in this case, we're going to be charging 20%. Why? Because we're offering them what? A hell of a lot more money than what they're used to having. So if an auto hauler is used to having, and let's do the math here. If an auto hauler is used to having, let's do the math. Calculator. All right. If an auto hauler is used to having, I hope y'all can still see my calculator. Can y'all see my calculator?
Yeah.
All right. If an auto hauler is used to getting what? $175 per car times what? Let's say he got 11 cars. That means he's used to making what? $1,925 on 11 car haul. Okay? That's about what he's used to making. But here you come along and you're offering $350 a car times 11 cars. You're looking at $3,850 per car. Now, minus what? The 20% that we're going to be charging, minus $750, right? It's going to be your cut. It's going to be $750 on that load, which is going to leave him with $3,080. That's still a hell of a lot more than what? His $1,900, right?
Yeah.
It's a hell of a lot more than his $1,900. Now, I know you all are probably saying, well, I could make money though if I was a broker. You're right, you can. So go ahead and become a broker and get on Central Dispatch and then work the margin. But guess what? When you do that, we're still going to beat you out for those people who are doing it as a dispatcher on our platform, because when we post stuff, our stuff is going to get grabbed first. Because when you're on there competing with thousands of other bids, because it's basically a bidding process. The carriers are going on, they're looking at the highest paying freight that is running, and it's in real time. It's showing you the highest paying freight in real time, and the carriers are just grabbing that load. They're grabbing. So when you go to your central dispatch, back office area, then when you log in, it's going to have up there your alerts showing you all the carriers who have made an offer to run your load. You may have 15, 20 different carriers say, yeah, I can grab those, I can grab those, I can grab those, I can grab those, I can grab those. You see what I'm saying? All these carriers saying that they can grab them. Why? Because they see that your load is paying good money. And they're in that lane already. These are carriers that are running that lane. They have the availability on that trailer, and they're going your way, or they're in that lane. So they say, okay, yeah, I want that load. I want that load. So each one of them are trying to grab the highest paying loads first. And by us operating the way we do, it's going to give us an advantage to where our loads are always going to be grabbed first. And you can use this when you're talking to the used car dealers. Say, look, we are not brokers. And you can tell them this, we are not brokers. So the amount of money that I negotiate with you is the amount of money that the carrier is going to be getting. Minus my little onto the carrier, minus my 20%. And because of that, carriers are going to grab your load first. Why? Because we're offering them more money than what the normal brokers on Central Dispatch or all these other places are offering them. Because you know as well as I know, when you get calls from other brokers or whatever it may be, then they negotiate with you for the same amount of money that we just talked about, $250 to $300 to $400 a car. But then they wind up paying, they only offer to the carrier $175 to $200 a car, which means those loads, they just sit there for a while and they don't get grabbed first. But because we offer them higher pay, but our percentages are a lot less, because we're not operating as brokers, our percentages are a lot less, we're offering them a higher pay cut. Because we represent the carrier directly. And because we represent the carrier directly, guess what? Your load gets picked up faster. Your cars get picked up and delivered to you faster. Now, that's just what a used car dealer want to hear. That's your advantage. That's the reason why they should choose you over the broker that they're normally dealing with. Because they look at that, because now they're starting to think in their head, yeah, you know what? Yeah, last week he told me he'd get my cars here by Tuesday. I didn't get them till Friday. All that is playing in his head now. And now you're giving him a legitimate reason of why that happened. He said, yeah, because I know that, that sap trucker told me, that sap trucker had us to pay him $300, $325 a car. And he probably didn't pay the carrier no more than about $1.50 a car, $1.50. 150. That's why I took him so long to get my cars here. All that is now playing in his head. Okay? But we try not to get into that because you're not trying to cut another broker's throat or anything like that. We're not trying to backstab people. But these are just some of the reasons of why they would deal with you versus dealing with people they normally deal with. Now you're gonna have some say, "Well, I deal directly with the carriers already." Really, you do? Well, what are you paying them? Well, I got a guy right now that I only pay $125, to move my cars. Really, $125? Well, I tell you what, if something ever happens with that carrier and they can't get your cars here or they're booked up, give me a call. Okay? Because you know he's lowballing you. And eventually he's going to give you a call. But this is how it works on Central Dispatch. This is how it works in auto hauling. Okay? If you are a broker, you get to negotiate front-end margins and back-end margins. If you're not a broker, this is how you have to do it as a dispatcher who directly represents the auto haulers. So in other words, you go and you negotiate a contract with the used car dealership. Used car dealership agrees to pay you $200, $300, $400 a car. Then you go to the auto haulers and you say, hey, I've got $300, $400 a car on this shipment. Auto hauler says, wow, that's a lot of doggone money. I'll take that. Okay? Now you're going to have several auto haulers who are trying to get your loads. So what do you do with all those auto haulers who will contact you? You make a list of them and you let them know. Well, if you find someone who's find the one who's going to run that load, and you get them and they go pick that load up. But the rest of them, you call back and let them know that load has been fulfilled, but I'd like to add you to my list of what? Authorized carriers to run our loads. Because we always post loads. Our car loads are always in this price range. Now, what have you done? Can somebody tell me what you just accomplished? Not only did you get your load picked up,
a relationship.
Quickly, exactly. You just built relationship with other auto haulers who are now wanting a piece of that big money load that you be offering all the time. Because trust me,
is it important to rotate the people that like your auto haulers, or does that not so much matter?
I mean, you can. You gotta give the load to whoever. You gotta give the loads to who's available to run it. Because remember, these guys are not just sitting still. Sometimes they may not be in the lane of where you have cars that's running from. They may have picked up a load from Atlanta going down to Texas. So they may not be on that route. Because here's what's going to happen. When you post your cars onto Central Dispatch, it's only going to show trucks that are in your lane.
Okay, gotcha.
It's going to show trucks that are carriers that are running on your route. The perfect example. Let's say you got a one-car pickup. Okay? You got a car dealership say, okay, I'm going to give you a shot. I got a lady who just bought a car, and we got to have it shipped to California. She wants us to haul it down to California. Think you find me a carrier for that load? It's just one car? Yeah, one car. Okay, $500 or $600. He said, okay, I can do that. $600. You know, we made about $5,000 on the car. Yeah, we can do $600. So now what? You put that car on Central Dispatch. You got a one car picking up from Tallahassee, Florida, going down to Los Angeles, California. $600. You post that. Now all the car haulers that are running from Florida to where? To California, if they got space on their truck, they may have 7 cars on 11 car hauler already, so they got what? 2 or 3 spaces left over. They're coming through Tallahassee. They're coming back to Tallahassee. They're looking at it, oh yeah, I can make an extra, $550, $500. Because remember, they're gonna charge them 20% of the to pick that load up, right? So that means 20% of 600 is what? $120, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're still gonna make what? $480, right?
Yep.
Just to add another car onto the load they already have, right?
Yeah.
And see how that works? Even with the one car hauler, the trucks that are in that lane, they see you got that one car that's in Tallahassee. They say, well, shoot, I'm coming through Marion, Florida. I can just swing through Tallahassee and pick that car up, jump back on I-10, and head on down to California, and drop down off on the way. You see how that works?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Auto hauling is great. Trust me, it is great, but you got to know how to operate on it. You got to know how to operate. It is a very, I want to say complicated, but they have a lot of moving parts. This is a lot of moving parts. And if you do it right, I mean, you can make a killing in auto hauling. But you can also lose your shirt by the same right, because of everything hinges on you negotiating with the car dealer. Because you have to negotiate the right price with the car dealer in order to get your cars picked up and moved in a timely fashion. And it is a very fast-paced, high-intensity type of industry. So you have to be ready for it. So that's why we're going to spend the next couple of weeks, next 2 or 3 weeks, and we're going to be basically just kind of pounding your auto hauler. We're probably going to be having some spot training that we're going to be popping up during the week, where we're going to come on. So if you're on the chat group, pay attention to the chat group. Make sure you're into the group email. We'll be sending out some stuff for spot training, where we'll have recorded training on the auto hauler that we'll be posting into the chat group, and we'll be sending out in the group from the shared email address. because we need you to bring y'all up to speed on this auto hauler, because this is a lot. It is very intense. It is a great opportunity, and I'm glad we was able to finally get it worked out legally to where we can actually do this and do it legally. One of the other things that we're going to be offering with our service for the auto hauling is COD, cash on delivery. The carriers will get paid by the car dealerships when they pick up or drop their load. So when the carrier picks up a load from the auction, and they run it down to the car dealership, and wherever they drop it off at, that car dealership will stroke them a check right there on the spot. That is another advantage that we're going to be offering that most carriers don't see. Why? Because the broker normally gets his money, then the broker normally does what? Send them their money. That won't be the case with us. Why? Because we're not broken. We're going to negotiate with the car dealership to cut that carrier a check as soon as they arrive. Bam, on the spot. Minus the 20%. Then that carrier is going to cut us another 20% check and pay us. Not the carrier, but the car dealership. So we're not actually going to be paid by the carrier. Okay? We're going to negotiate with the car dealership to have them to cut 2 checks. The first check is going to be paid to the carrier. And this is nothing that's not out of the ordinary for them, because this is stuff that I've done before when I was doing the auto hauling. I've had the car dealership cut a check to the carrier when they drop the load, and then I invoice them my fee, and then they sent me a check. That way, I don't have to worry about paying a carrier. The carrier gets his money as soon as you drop the load, which makes that a very happy carrier. And they'll be eager to work with you again, so they get their money when? On the spot. Okay? That's a big, it cuts out a big worry for carriers on one if they're going to get paid now. They don't even have to fax your loads now. Why? Because they're getting paid directly by the car dealership when they drop that load.
A big advantage.
A huge advantage. And then we invoice the car dealership for our 20%. Okay, this is how we're going to be operating in the auto haul. We're going to be operating in the same platform, but we're going to be operating on a totally different level than what everyone else is operating on, and this is going to give us a huge advantage. Even though we won't make as much money per load as they are making, we will run more loads, and our loads will get picked up quicker, and therefore we will make as much, if not more money than they normally make, percentage-wise. Because we're going to be doing volume. And you can do volume when you're offering $250 to $400 per car versus $150 to $200 per car. And you're offering paid at the drop, COD, paid on drop. A lot of people say it's paid on delivery. Well, we call it paid on drop, cash on drop. Okay, so you're going to be paid COD. So we tell carriers, so we put it in here what we're on how we're paying. All that goes into your framework when you're posting your car. Your load. And remember, with Central Dispatch, you can't see anything, you can't do anything until you do what? First of all, post what? Your load. In other words, you have to have a contract, you have to have a contracted load in order to even be able to do anything or post anything onto Central Dispatch. That's how close knit and how they are very tight. They are very tight with their platform. So that gives you a little bit. It's not like those other load boards where you just go in there and look at loads. No, they ain't got no lookers on here. Everybody on Central Dispatch is a player. Okay, ain't no standby lookers or I'm just looking at the game. No, if you ain't playing, you're not in the stadium. Okay, no. It's like that blackjack table. Okay? Everybody place your bets. The table is not closed. If you ain't on that table, you ain't got no business being around it. Okay? That's what it's like. Okay? All right. But that's what it's going to be about with Central Dispatch. All right. Any questions real quick? Any questions?
No, sir.
Boy, y'all was able to grasp all that? Wow. Y'all are a smart bunch.
When you start working there, you'll have a lot of questions.
Oh yeah. Trust. I know when you start working there, because we started doing the training on it, you're gonna have a lot of questions about it. But I just wanted to kind of give y'all a glimpse of what we're going to be doing with Central Dispatch and how we're going to be doing it and things like that, and let you know what our setup is. So, but we are going to have a huge advantage over other brokers that are on Central Dispatch, and because we're going to be offering more money, we're going to be offering quicker pay times, on the spot, and you really can't beat that. You really can't beat that. All right.
Very exciting.
So hats off to the attorneys for putting all this together and figuring out a way for us to operate on Central Dispatch. I know it took a while, but there was a lot of, when you're trying to figure out a legal way to do something, it takes time. So, but this is what they came up with, and this is what we all came up with. So this is how we're going to be. This is how we're going to be operating on Central Dispatch. All right, and it's going to take us about maybe 3 to 4 weeks to get all this up and going. So in between that time, we're going to be having some current study, some study time on training on the Central Dispatch platform. So look forward to that. Look forward to that. All right, getting off Central Dispatch. Bye bye. All right, getting off the Carlos. All right, bye bye. All right. These new load boards that we got in the back office area here. Got a nice good little load boards here. Let me copy and paste this real quick. Let me go here. All right. Some of the new load boards we got in the back office area. I'll put it in here. Okay. All right. This is called Load Solution. This is provided by Mr. Worley. Thank you, Mr. Worley. And we're going to be adding about 8 more load boards from about 5 or 6 other different people who have submitted some stuff to us. This weekend, we're going to be getting all those loaded up on the back office. So your back office is going to have a lot more resources in it coming up this week. Okay? Calling me. Give me a second, y'all.
For extension 2 to accept, press 1 to send the voicemail.
This is Calvin with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. How can I help you?
Hey, Calvin, this is Dave Wall. I've signed up to the program. I've gone through and everything. I'm trying to take that test.
Okay. Just reply back to the email that you received your downloads in, and just reply back and say I'm ready for testing. Okay, and the interns will prepare and get you out your secure test link. We're right in the middle of operational training right now, but yeah, just do that and then make sure they get it back to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right. Sorry about that. Forgot to turn my phone off. All right, let me turn that down right now. Okay, but this is your load solutions, access to load solutions. I've had a quick time of just looking at this briefly, but I haven't really had a chance to dig into it. But it looks like it's pretty simple and easy. I like it because it's just you can do a lot of click and, you know what I'm saying? You can do a lot of click and stuff. And it usually pulls everything up for you real nice. If you start typing in stuff, it pulls it up right there. Oh, it looks like, well, it's supposed to be able to do that. Oh, I'm sorry, Tallahassee. There we go. Tallahassee. All right. All right, there we go. Tallahassee, origin, state, you put in Florida. Destination, let's just say anywhere. I'm not going to put in destination, so I'm going to leave that blank. And I'm going to, all types of trucks. Let's do a search. All right. It's pretty simple, load board. here it is. It's pulling up, stuff here leaving out of Tallahassee, going anywhere. You got, not a whole lot of loads leaving out of Tallahassee. You got 25 results. You got a lot of TQL on here. As y'all know, I'm not a big fan of TQL, but you can give them the pay. You can give them the pay. The good thing about this is, it looks like they have rates listed. Like this one is $3,700, $3,750 is the rate. It's a full load. It's a van, 53-foot van. That's pretty good for a van. How many miles is that going? That is going. It's going to New Jersey. So it doesn't really tell me what the miles are. Okay, so it doesn't have like a rate calculation on it. Oh, there it is, 1,260 miles. There it is right there. My bad. Yeah, it's actually 3 drops, 1,260 miles. That's why it's paying good money. It's $3,750, so that's actually pretty good money. It's almost $3 a mile. It's not over $3 per mile. Yeah, right at $2.90. Yeah, right at $2.99, something like that. So it's pretty good. That's pretty good load. I'm just looking at some of the stuff here. San Antonio, Texas is a reefer load. This one does not have a rate, so you have to call on the rate on this one. But you have to dispatch number down there. So there's another one going to Milford, Delaware. It's $3,750 also too. Picks up in Quincy, Florida. That's my hometown. Whether y'all know it or not, Quincy, Florida. That's where I was born. Quincy, Florida is about 19 miles from here. But that's interesting. Okay, I actually know this place. Where they picked up at. All right. But anyway, so it looks like it's a pretty good load board. Also here in the back office area, that he gave us access to a hot shot load board. All right, this is Mr. Worley's hot shot load board. You all can see here. It looks like they got some pretty good hot shot loads. So if you look at hot shot loads, here you go. For those of you who insist on doing those hot shots, there's your hot shot load board. Okay. By popular demand, they've been asking for hot shot. All right, let's get some of these questions here real quick. Sarah C says, is there a difference between us and brokering for the website purpose that we will have our own monetary part already worked out in rather than changing the money? I think we talked about that already, Sarah, which is we're talking about the central dispatch thing. But yeah, because see, brokers because they have a bond, they get to manipulate money, they get to control money, they get to disperse funds. As a dispatch, because you don't have a bond, because you don't have an authority, you don't have the authority to control money. So therefore, you don't disperse money. You can negotiate what the fees would be, which is what we do. As an independent contractor, you can negotiate your fee with the car dealership, but you can't control the money. You can't disperse that money. You can have the car dealership disperse that money, but you can't disperse that money, which is why the lawyers told us to have the car dealership to cut a check to the carrier, right? And then the car dealership cuts a check to us separately. So the car dealership is not cutting a check to us, and then we breaking the carrier off, and then we are dispersing funds. No, that's not what we're doing. We are having this car, we're making an arrangement with the car dealership to disperse funds to the carrier. Our hands are clean of it. We don't touch that. That's non-touchable. Okay? That's like the apple from the tree. Eat everything else, but this fruit you do not take part of. So we don't touch that. All right? We don't touch that. All right? So that carrier gets paid by what? The car dealership. Here's your check, Mr. Carrier, for your minus the 20% that we got to pay to the dispatcher. And you can let the carrier know that. You can let the carrier know. Say, hey, our fee is 20%. The car dealership is going to cut you your 80%, and they're gonna pay us separately our 20%. So when you get to the car dealership, they're gonna have a check ready for you. If the fee was $3,000, they're gonna have a check ready for you for $3,000. That's $300. That's $600. They're gonna have a check ready for you for $2,400. Cool. Yeah, that's how it's gonna work. All right. Tina says, no, you said this already, but after you register for back office, you receive a link for the back office, right? If you don't receive a link, what should you do? All right. When you register for the back office, you're not gonna receive a link. You have to wait until someone approves your back office login. And because this is Saturday, all the interns have gone home. I'm the only one who's going to have to approve it. So if you try to create your back office login now, I won't get to it until after we finish this sometime today. Okay. So, but normally during the week, when you do this normally during the week, when you go into the back office area and you submit your username and your password and your username, your email address or username, it has to be the same email address that you signed up with, the same email address that you registered or the one that you enrolled with, okay? Because that's how we verify that you belong in the back office. We're going to double check that email along with the enrollment email, and then we're going to check it with your testing site where you took your test at to see if you've actually passed your basic knowledge quiz. Because remember, nobody gets access to the back office until they pass their basic knowledge quiz, so that's what protects us from liability. That's why we don't let anybody into the back office site unless you are, first of all, enrolled, and secondly, pass your basic knowledge quiz. That's when you get access to the back office and to the chat group. Until then, you don't have access to it because you haven't proved to us that you know all the basic knowledge stuff, which will keep us from being liable in case you do something wrong and then you get sued. We don't want to get sued along with you. Okay? Isn't it great having lawyers as partners? They know how to keep you out of trouble. You gotta love it. They're a little hard to deal with sometimes, but they will keep you out of trouble. All right. But yeah, this is a pretty good. This is a pretty good. This hotshot site looks pretty good. Looks like they got quite a few loads in here too. Let me move some of this out the way here. See how we can get on. See how we can pull some of these up. I'm trying to figure out how to pull some of these up. I don't know if it's just to have the listings of them or what. Maybe I need to log in. Let's try that. Where's my login? Members view loads. Visitors view loads. Let's go to members. Contact. All right. Let's try the members. Let's see what it says when I go to members. Okay, partial loads, members. All right, these are all hotshot loads, so they're all going to come up partial loads. Okay, I'm trying to see how do you go about clicking onto one of the loads. I guess you don't have to click onto it because the pay is already there. They got everything there. They got the numbers there. So no, you don't have to click onto it because it's basically telling you everything you need to know right here. Has the available date, the weight, the length, step deck, origin, Morris, Alabama, going to Waterford, Connecticut. That pay says 0, so you got to call for that one. Here's one but most of them have the pay listed and the phone numbers, contact dispatch, and the company. So it's giving you everything you need, I guess, to make the call. And here's looks like a pretty good one, $27.50, $3,000. Hot shot helicopters. air ride only, no hot shots. Okay, that says no hot shot. Helicopters called. All right. Steel products flat, less than a truckload. A lot of these are going to be less than truckloads. So, but these are all, I guess, geared towards hot shots. So, pretty straightforward load board. It's got a ton of loads in here. A ton of loads. So, all you all who are looking for hot shot loads, I guess you got your answer. Okay? This is it. And you see, it just goes on and on and on and on. But yeah, quite a few hot shot loads. So looks like this is it gives you a pretty good option for hot shots. Okay. I know a lot of you were talking about hot shots and things like that. All right. Anita says, I got my back office and phone numbers, but didn't receive my email. Oh, yeah, the email addresses. The reason why we didn't put the email addresses on there, because 1-in-1, the site that we get our email addresses from, it was down all week. And we couldn't go in and create any emails. So for right now, for those of you who got your profile numbers and stuff, you didn't get an email, a domain email address, because we weren't able to get into 1-in-1 to create them. So hopefully, we called them. They said they was having some problems all week. They was restructuring their site or something, and their bandwidth or something got slowed down where you couldn't really do anything on the site. Hopefully they said that they're trying to get that corrected, so that hopefully next week we can get that done. But in the meantime, just use the group email. Okay, so if you need to pass out your email address, use the group email. Okay, and it's here in the back office area. Here's the group email. There it is right there. Okay, shared email. That's it. So use the group email as your email address until we get that worked out with 1-in-1, and we'll go back and have all those redone for you all and add you all's domain email address as soon as we can get on to their platform and take care of that. All right. Sorry about that. I forgot to mention that. All right. Okay. And the other site we have back here, in the other load board we have back here, a hot shot load board. We have a load board for step deck carriers. And we have something called freight terminal. This is for step deck carriers. Worley has been doing his homework, so he's doing pretty good, getting us some, getting you access to some good loads and stuff. So there you go. You want to log on to this one? It says View Members Loads. Click on that. Then you log in. You go again. You log in again, and then you put in your password again. And there you go. Then you can go in here. You can pull up your let's see, Dothan. Alabama. Let's see, going anywhere. Let's see, 100-mile radius of Dothan. What are these step decks? Yeah. So when you put this up, it's only going to have flat bed or step deck only, flat bed, all types, removable goosenecks. So those of you who, I've seen some stuff in the chat group asking about the removable gooseneck load. So there you go. Just to see if there's anything leaving out of Dothan in removable goosenecks. Let's try it. Let's search and see what, come on, Will. I'll be doggone. There it is. There's some removable goosenecks load right there. So there you go. Pretty good resource of load boards that he has supplied us with, and we thank him for that. And that, all right. Let's get to some questions that some of you all may have been having during the week. Real quick here. See what time is it? What is my time looking like? It's 12:08. All right. Question. questions. I know we got a lot of questions. We should have a lot of questions. We had a lot of people on the chat group asking a bunch of stuff. So let's kind of go over some of the stuff that was asked in the chat group. Matter of fact, let's go to the chat group. I'm sorry, y'all. Just give me a second here. Let me respond to a friend of mine. Let me respond to a friend of mine. God, knock it off. I hate this. I'm trying to respond. I can't respond. No camera. I'm not trying to. What is it? Oh, there it is here. Okay. Training. There we go. All right. Okay. Training. All right. Let's go to the what's called it. Nope. Where's the chat group? There it is. It's my chat group. All right. Chat group. All right, let's get some of these concerns that we had on the chat group. We had quite a few people, and as I can see, the chat group. For those of you who are not on the chat group, you need to get on the chat group. There's a whole lot of networking going on the chat group. By the way, if all of you all who have loads that need to be invoiced, also please shoot me over the information on loads that need to be invoiced. If you have loads that were dispatched already, that you have already dispatched, don't forget, a week after they have dropped that load, after you have sent over the BOL over to the broker, 5 days later, call back, follow up with the broker, and get a status on your carrier's pay. Okay? 5 days later, call back to the broker and get a status on your carrier's pay. And then when you get that status update, if that broker says we sent them out their payment, or we're processing their payment right now, or we're getting ready to send them the payment, then you send over your invoice, your carrier invoicing to us, so we can send your carrier the invoice so that you can get paid. And don't forget to follow the workflow steps in the back office when doing that. Okay? Don't forget to follow that, because we're gonna need all that information. We're gonna need your we're gonna need your dispatch agreement signed. We're gonna need your confirmation rate sheet signed. We're gonna need your BOL signed. I need those 3 documents: dispatch agreement signed, confirmation rate sheet signed, BOL signed. In the body of the email, make sure you put your name, your extension, your email address as the agent, okay, as the dispatcher, okay. I need your carrier's name, DOT number, cell phone number, email address, okay. I need the broker's name, MC number, phone number, email address, and we need the load information, the load info, where it picks up, where it drops off, how much was it, okay? And I need where you got the load from. If you got it from Charles Mundy, if you got it from Michael Worley, if you got it from Miss Purnell, if you got it from Teresa, if you got it off of one of the other, off of Mr. Worley's load board, if you got it off of one of the other load boards, I need to know where you received the information from. Okay? Caesar Roman. Okay, yeah, I got to meet with Caesar today. He's in Tallahassee. One of our group members. He's in Tallahassee. I told him I meet with him today, have lunch with him. But make sure you include all that. And you all, and another thing, I'm getting a lot of emails. We're getting a lot of the interns are getting a lot of emails from you all sending in dispatch agreements. You don't have to send us anything until you're ready to invoice your carrier. Okay? Because remember, this is your stuff. These are your clients. We don't need all that stuff. Okay? These are your clients. You need to have copies of all that. Okay? So every time you sign a dispatch agreement, don't send it over to us. We don't need it. That's for your books. That's for you. Okay, because they're your clients. They're not ours. So don't flood us with a whole bunch of dispatch agreements until you're ready to get paid on loads that those carriers have ran for you. Now, when you're ready to get paid, yeah, send us what we need all at one time. Okay, when you're ready to get paid. Okay, but before that, you don't need to send us all, every little thing that you're doing until you're ready, until you have a load that's been dropped and ready to be paid on. And when you're ready for us to send that carrier an invoice to get you paid, yes, send us over that information then. Okay? But before that, we don't need to send all of that stuff over to us as it comes in. All right? But let's check some of these stuff here. Okay. What is the best way to pick up carriers quickly? Mr. Mormon just asked us a question. His question was, what is the best way to pick up carriers quickly? Then you ever heard the term closed mouths don't get fed? Charles Monday, are you still with us? Is Charles still with us? Or is Miss, who else I spoke to this weekend? I spoke to somebody else this week about, oh shoot. Can't think of her name. I helped someone this week. We were talking about Miss Brandy Shaw. Miss Brandy Shaw. Are you on here today? Brandy, are you on or not? Okay. All right. Well, earlier this week, I helped Brandy, and we did the same thing with Charles Monday. The best way, the quickest way to get carriers, to find carriers on quickly, is you got to call them up and talk to them. You got to ask for the business. You got to ask for the business. If you don't ask for the business, guess what? You're not going to get the business. And when I say ask for the business, when you call up a carrier, if you call the carrier and say, hey, how you doing? My name is Calvin Butler. I'm with the National Network of Dispatch. Man, let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck? If you're going through your little spiel with them, you're talking to them about, getting them the money they need, the subject net. And that's how you get them to initially agree to get you to send you a dispatch agreement. Okay? I got somebody in the background with their mic open. Just hold on here. Come here. There we go. But the best way to get people to get carriers to sign your dispatch agreement is you got to call them up. You got to call them up. And you have access to a lot of carriers. I showed you all earlier this week how to find a whole bunch of carriers, and I'm gonna show you again. Google. I keep saying you can go back to Google, or you can go to our McCrae's search site in the back office. But if you go to Google and you put in, I think we did this for you all on the chat group too. I think it's freight carriers. Yeah. What you laughing at my bop?
Yeah.
Freight carriers. In Tallahassee. No. Yeah, Tallahassee. Freight carriers, yeah. All right, you put in freight carriers in whatever city that you're looking for. Now, you can just go down to, you can just go by state. You can say in Alabama, or freight carriers in Albany, freight carriers in whatever. But you can go down here. Same with those car dealerships. You're going to get down here to where you see this ABC list of carriers. You're going to pick where it says more places and look what happens. It pulls up every freight carrier in Tallahassee, Florida. Big, small, whatever the case may be. Now, if you wanted to do that in just Florida, you can do it in just Florida. You can just say freight carriers in Florida. and you're going to get the same type of result. Look at that. Okay, looking for something different. Hold on, it's going to be a little bit more than that, though. Give me a second here. There we go. More places. All right. But if you put it in a city and state, it's going to give you a more detailed, look at it. And you just keep, and all you got to do is just keep changing the city and state. Albany, Georgia. Same thing. Look what happens. And that's all you're doing. You see, you got all types of carriers, and you got the next list down here. You keep going down the list. You just call them up. You click on one of them, it pulls it up, and you call them up, and you hit them with the pitch. How much money you need to move your truck? How much money you need to move your truck? How much money you need to move your truck? What's the same? It doesn't matter if you call them large, small, or in between. But when you call them up, you got a picture. All right. Now that's not the end of it. That's not the end of it, because 90% of those carriers are not going to call you, or they're not going to send you your dispatch agreement like they said they would. That's just how it is. So they get busy, they're doing stuff. They may sound great on the phone, but you say, "What? I'm talking to all these carriers, and they say I send them all these dispatch agreements out, but I'm not getting anything back." That's because you got to do the follow up. And here's what I always tell people: the first 2 days you are calling and you are pitching carriers. For 2 days, you call and you pitch carriers. How much money you need to move your truck? The ones that say, send me out your dispatch agreement, you send them no dispatch agreement. On the third day, you follow up with the ones you have not received your dispatch agreements back from. Now, on that third day, when you call the ones back, on that follow-up call, your follow-up call is going to go something like this. Well, I've done this before. All right. Your follow-up call is like, okay, all right. Don't nobody get mad at me. All right, but it's like when you go to a club and you meet this girl and y'all connect, you see her, she see you, y'all connect, y'all got this vibe going, y'all got this strong connection going. You walk over to her, you introduce yourself, y'all have drinks, when you buy drinks and stuff, y'all talking, y'all having a great conversation at the bar, you're laughing, she's laughing at all your jokes, all that stuff, everything is going great. You think to yourself, man, this is really something. At the end of the night, y'all exchange numbers. Okay? 2-3 weeks go by, no phone call. Then she don't call you. All right? So the next time you see her, you're gonna be one or two type of men. You're gonna be that guy that walks over and says, hey, how you doing? I met you about 3 weeks ago, and I gave you my number, but you never called me. Now, that's the guy that no woman wants. Okay? No woman want that guy. Or you're going to be that guy that when you see her, you're going to walk over to her, you're going to lock eyes with her, you're going to put your arm around her waist, and you're going to pull her close to you, and you're going to give her the biggest kiss she ever had in her life. And 90% of women are going to say, that's my guy. That's the guy I want in my life. That's the guy who knows how to take control, and that's the guy who I know is going to provide, protect, and care for me. That's what you got to be when you do that follow-up call. You're either going to be that guy that calls them back and say, hey, we talked about a couple of weeks ago, about 2 or 3 days ago, if you're supposed to send me your carrier agreement and you did, the dispatch agreement. You're either going to be that guy, or you're going to be the guy that calls and say, hey, John, what's up, man? Hey, and who is this? What you mean who this is? Man, this Calvin. We talked just 2 days ago. You told me you wanted to make some money. I sent you my dispatch agreement. Oh, yeah. Well, I got business. Tell me that's your question. And where you at right now? Well, shoot, I'm in Dothan, Alabama. Hold on for a minute. Let me see what kind of lows. Let me see what the highest paying freight I'm leaving out of Dothan, Alabama is right now. Just hold on for a second, John. Put them on hold for about 20 seconds or 30 seconds, just whatever case it be. You get back online. John, do you realize that I got loads? I'm looking at loads leaving out of the Dothan area right now that's paying $3.25 per mile. Here's another one that's leaving out of the Dothan area going up towards the Texas area, and it's paying almost $4 a mile. I got another one that's man, get me the dispatch agreement, man, so we can make some money. He's gonna say, well, what about that load that's going up to Texas that's paying almost that $4 a mile? I can't tell you that, Joseph. Why? Because I don't have a dispatch agreement. I was supposed to tell you this much. Get me the dispatch agreement so we can make some money. That's how your follow-up call has to go. That follow-up call has to be more aggressive. That follow-up call has to be more assertive. That follow-up call is no longer meet and greet. That follow-up call is, man, let's make some damn money together. You have to create that sense of urgency. You have to create the sense that they are missing out on something and that you are the person to keep them running and you are the person that's going to keep them paid. If you do not create that urgency, there's no reason for them to do what? Choose you over anybody else. So if you're asking me how do you get a lot of carriers to sign up with you, that's how you get a lot of carriers to sign up with you. Make that initial pitch. 2 days later, you follow up, and that follow-up is more aggressive, more familiar, has a lot more sense of urgency, make them feel like they're missing out on something, and use phrases like, let me look for the highest paying freight leaving out of your area right now. Let me see what the 5 highest paying loads are leaving out of your area right now. Let me see if I can find the highest 3 paying loads leaving out of your area right now. Now, if you start throwing terms like that around, guess what they think of themselves? This guy here always with a highest paying freight. That's what I want, a highest paying freight. That's called being a salesperson. Okay? Okay. All right. Mr. Mormon said that last part is what I was looking for. Great. I'm glad you got it. All right. I'm glad you got it. So, any other questions? Anybody else have any other questions real quickly here? Well, y'all ain't got a lot of questions this week. What's going on? Y'all kind of quiet on me this week. All right. Well, let's go to the let's go to the chat group, look at some stuff and see what they had in here. As I mentioned, I don't know about y'all, but this chat group be popping. Okay, our chat group this is the best thing I've seen on the internet. I'm not gonna lie to you. You got a chat group here where people are sharing loads, they're sharing information. People are putting in what they're looking for. People are posting, what they got. Loads. People are in this chat group helping each other make money. So. You see people out here that they're posting different loads and stuff. You really can't beat this. Look at this. You got loads and stuff that's being posted on here that people have. So if you're not on this chat group, you need to get on this chat group. Okay? You need to get on this chat group. Shoot me a message. Go to my page. Me personally, look for Calvin Butler. This is what you're going to look for. You're going to look for this page right here, Calvin Butler, RBBS Logistics Training. You're going to shoot me a personal message. You're going to say, add me to the chat group. Make sure when you say add me to the chat group, make sure you let me know that you have finished your orientation and that you have finished orientation and you are an enrolled member. If I can't verify that you are an enrolled member, I won't be adding you to the chat group. So shoot me your information, your name, your email address, things like that, and I'll add you to the chat group if you are an enrolled member. If you're not an enrolled member, you have to enroll first, okay, to get access to our chat group, and you have to complete your test and your orientation. All right? But that's how you get onto the chat group. Let's get back here to my chat group area. All right. Let's see here. Somebody got a question here. This morning I couldn't find the conference call info. Is it emailed to us or do I look for it somewhere else? It's normally emailed out. I may not have all of you in our group as part of our group email yet. So what I am going to start doing is I'm going to start posting that information into the group, into the shared email. Everybody has access to the shared email, but everybody has access to the back office area. So go to the shared email, and that's where you will find the that's where you will find the operational training links to this training every Saturday. So we'll be posted every Thursday and Friday from here on out. But because I may not have all of you all added to our updated group email blast. But in case you're wondering, it's the same link every week. So you can use the same one from last week. Just click on it and it'll take you right into it. But it's the same link every week. It's not going to change. It's not a different link or anything. Just click on the same link. Okay? Any other questions? Anybody have any other questions? We are going to be adding, like I said, we are going to be adding more logos into the back office. We're going to be sending out what we call spot trading for essential dispatch. For those of you who are sending over referrals, send them over to training at RBBSLLC.org. If you have referrals that you're sending over for people who want to join our platform, send them over to training at RBBSLLC.org. Make sure you include your name, phone number, and email address. The person you are referring, their name, phone number, and email address. And make sure that you send that. And in order to qualify for the referral fee of $50 when they sign up, that your referral email has to be dated before they sign up. Now, if they sign up first, and you send the referral email afterwards, obviously that don't qualify. Okay, so make sure you send in your referral email to training at RBBSLLC.org before they sign up. Okay, because law firm is telling us that we paid out some referral fees to people who didn't have the proper, they didn't follow the proper procedure, and they are very big on that because of our corporate resolution with the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. And when they do their quarterly reports to the SEC, they have to report all funds that go out, why they went out, and if it doesn't follow what we mandated in our corporate resolution, the SEC is going to ask us to provide cooperating paperwork showing that why this was sent out and showing us that it was a legal referral fee that was sent out. For those of you who don't know, whenever you start a corporation and you use other people's money to start that corporation or to start your business, if that initial investment was more than $25,000, you fall under the jurisdiction of the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. That's a whole different ballgame. Everything has to be done according to whatever your corporate resolution that you outlined that you would go by. Everything has to follow that to the letter. And if they find an infraction, and if that infraction is serious enough, the SEC can charge you with a criminal offense, punishable by 5 years in a federal prison for each infraction, or $250,000 for each infraction. So let y'all know this is not child's play when you get on this side of it. This is why we have you all to do things a certain way, but we ask you all to do things a certain way. That's why it has to be done a certain way because we have investors that we have to report to and shareholders and things like that, and we're under a different set of rules when it comes to operating. Okay, so remember that in when we're doing stuff and when we're operating. All right. Somebody says, Charles says, check your Facebook Messenger for a sample cold call script that I may add to the ebook. All right, cool, Charles. Thank you so much. We'll make sure we get that in. What in the world is this? Somebody is sending stuff that doesn't need to be sent into this chat group. Was that on the chat group? No. I get some crazy messages. I don't know who's sending all these crazy messages. But anyway, I'm going to do some blocking on Facebook. Okay, yeah, I see it, Charles. I hope that wasn't on my chat group. I've got to get with some people and let them know that certain things do not belong on this chat group. Okay. No, it wasn't on the chat group. I don't think it was. All right. I know some people sent stuff to the chat group mistakenly, and they said, "Oh, I didn't mean to send it over to the chat group." Watch that. Oh, for those of you who are new to the chat group, this is a professional chat group. Do not send, all kind of crazy stuff to the chat group. Okay. It is for logistics purposes only. Okay. It's not a gripe session. It's not a place to air your dislikes or anything like that. If you have a problem with anything, shoot me a message personally. Do not put it on the chat group. If you have something negative to say, I don't want to see it on the chat group. If you're trying to promote some other business that's not associated with helping people find loads or make money in the logistics industry, I don't want to see it on the chat group. Okay, if I see stuff like that on the chat group, or if I see unprofessional behavior on the chat group, we're going to contact you about it, because first of all, the law firm is going to contact me about it, and they're going to make me aware of it. No, I do not monitor the chat group 24/7 myself, but the law firm has paralegals who do monitor the chat group 24/7. And trust me, they let me know when stuff is on there that they think shouldn't be on there or something that's trouble. They got no problem calling me up and saying, "Hey, you check this out. Talk to such and such. You can't do that. That's not legal. Or that's not quite right. You have to rephrase it. You have to say it like this or say it like that. Oh, you can't post that. They'll post it this way. Take that down. Get rid of that. ASAP. Pronto." That's type of stuff I get. That's type of stuff that I deal with. So if I'm contacting you sometimes saying, "Hey, I noticed something on the chat group, you got to change that," I'm contacting you because they contacted me. Okay, that's just how it works. Okay, it rolls down here, right? Yeah, exactly. It rolls down here. So I'm contacting you because they're contacting me. All right. Mr. Mormon says Charles made a great carrier questionnaire available in the chat group. Excellent to give carriers. Thank you, Mr. Mormon. Thank you, Charles. That's what it's all about, working together, helping each other out, making this whole process work for everybody. All right. That's about all I got for today, y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. That's it. That's about all I got for today. I know today was a little bit subdued, a little bit out of my element. I'm not, I really love our broadcast studio. I'm not going to lie to you. That's one of the reasons why I chose this place. I love that area. I can't wait to see what it's like when they finish it. I'll try to take some pictures of it when I go down there to give y'all an idea of what they're doing to it. But I can't wait for us to get back into it once they finish the renovations. And it's going to be an exciting time. By that time, we should be up and running with Central Dispatch doing the auto load. So it should be a different atmosphere. Everybody should be, it's going to get fast paced. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When we start dealing with the auto haul, it is going to get fast paced. It is going to be a constant barrage of carriers calling you to pick up loads, dealerships calling you to negotiate on the price of what they're going to do this load for and to do that load for. You're going to have dealers calling you, letting you know I got loads, something you pick. Because remember, these dealers move cars every week. They move cars every week. Most of these big used car dealerships, they sell 300 to 600 cars per month. That's what they sell 300 to 600 cars per month. So that tells you what, they need 300 to 600 more cars brought in every week to put on their showroom floor, to put on their lot. That's a lot of cars. That's a huge opportunity. Okay, so when I tell y'all this auto hauling thing is fast paced, it is fast paced. So that's why we're going to be doing a whole lot of training on auto hauling coming up here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. A lot of training. Just about every week we're going to be training on auto hauling. Okay, because I need to get you all up to speed on it. Because when these car dealerships start placing their orders, they don't want to hear, "Well, I don't quite know what I'm doing." Wrong answer. Okay, so let's work to make that happen. That's all I got for you all this week. I appreciate y'all. I thank each and every last one of you all. I know This past week or two has been difficult for me. I've lost some family members, that we had to sit on, and that kind of weighed heavily on me this week. That on top of working on a lot of the legal stuff with the attorneys for the central dispatch and getting things ready for that. That has taken up a lot of my time. But hopefully this week we can get back to normal operations, and I can be more involved on the chat group and make some more phone calls to you all on consultations and things like that. But things are really, really, really about to heat up and speed up for us, and there's going to be a lot of positive changes. Congratulations to Charles Mundy. Congratulations to Roger Jackson. Congratulations to there's another one of our carriers decided to move. One of our members have started their own carrier group. So I want to shout out to all you all who are making that transition into your own thing. I'm glad to have been a part of your development and look forward to working with you all as part of our network and helping each other advance on. People, please don't forget about Mr. Mundy's ebook. That will be coming out real soon. For those of you out there who are looking forward to that, contact Mr. Charles Mundy. Look him up on Facebook. He's going to have this thing going. His ebook is recorded. He's got some stuff he said that is recorded. The meeting is recorded. So, yes, you'll be able to pull this meeting up. You'll be able to pull this up tonight on YouTube. We will post it on Facebook. We'll post it on YouTube. And we'll put it out on the group email, too. So these sessions are always recorded. You can always put them up on our YouTube channel. But for those of you who are guests, who are tuning in, if you want to become a part of our platform, you can go to RBBSLLC.org. You can go to this website right here. It is RBBSLLC.org. RBBSLLC.org. You can go to this website, which is our the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, and you click where it says Register Now. And you click where it says Register Now, upper left-hand top corner where it says Freight Logistics Training and Consulting, one-time special offer, $4.99. Order now. Click there. It would immediately give you $200 off, and it's going to redirect you over to our training platform enrollment, where you get it for $299.95, add it to your card pay within the debit or credit card, and that's how you get involved with us. Okay? Or you can give us a call, 866-973-6445, and we can process your enrollment via our virtual terminal over the phone. Or you can just click onto any one of our videos on YouTube that says Earn While You Learn Freight Broker Training. Click where it says Show More Info, and you'll see the link down there in that Show More Info area. Thank you all. I appreciate you all. We've had a great time, as always. So with that being said, I'm going to leave y'all for the rest of this Saturday, the rest of this weekend. You all can contact me on Monday morning. As you all know, on Saturdays now after the broadcast, I'm pretty much unavailable until Monday morning. I'm going to be working on getting this stuff in the back office and upgrading our websites and doing our updates for adding all our new people. We got about 60 or 70 new students who have come on with us, new members of the network. So we'll be adding them to the network group profile this weekend. So congratulations to all you new people. And we look forward to bringing on some more new people and networking with as many people as we can to help you all learn how to book freight, learn how to build your logistics business, help you to be successful as logistics entrepreneurs. Thanks again. Y'all have a great day. I appreciate each and every one of you all. We'll see you all back here next Saturday, 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, same bat channel, same bat time. Y'all have a great one.
Yeah.